Bizarre Brain Comics. Oh, hi. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. This time, we're going to take a lighter look at Yosemite Sam. This is Yosemite Sam and Bugs Bunny, number 77 from 1982. So let's go take a closer look. Great horny toads! I hates rabbits. Yes. This is Yosemite Sam and Bugs Bunny, number 77, 1982. And this is a Whitman comic, which is basically Gold Key, except the Whitman imprint was used primarily for reprint material, but not exclusively. And these were mostly packaged in, 3 packs of 3 or 5, whatever it was, and sold at department stores and the like. But Yosemite Sam, he's a Warner Brothers, which means Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies, animated cartoon character. And he appeared in a variety of short cartoon features, usually as a foil for other characters such as, and primarily, Bugs Bunny. And the character was created by Friz Freleng, who is an animator and director. And his name is taken, of course, from Yosemite National Park. He's a short-tempered Western character with a hair trigger. And he cussed a lot. Wrestling friggin' rabbit! While mostly a Western character, he often appeared as a nemesis from other locales and time periods, including an armored knight, a swashbuckling pirate, a desert sheik, and a spaceman, among others. His name was usually changed to fit this altered persona, such as Seagoin' Sam. During the golden age of animation, Yosemite Sam featured in 33 animated shorts between 1945 and 1964, as well as a variety of spots on TV shows and feature film spots. And you can think of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He had a cameo in there, too. He had his own comic title for years. This is it. For years, from Gold Key and Whitman, usually in his pirate persona, and regardless of the setting, just as you see here. Here on the cover is, of course, Yosemite Sam with Bugs Bunny. It's a slightly humorous cover. And in my my research, I was looking at a bunch of other covers, and they were almost, from what I saw, they seemed to be almost exclusively his pirate persona. So I presume that the model sheets that the publishers received from the animators were primarily the model sheets featuring his pirate version of him. And this book has 5 stories in it, and all but one of them he's in his pirate persona, even though he's by no means playing a pirate. And of course, there are no credits, and I could not find out who the artists were in these stories. The first 3 stories were from 1982, so they were new, or at least that's when they had the copyright. Maybe they were file stories that had never been published. And then the last two stories were reprints from 1974. And of course, this cover illustration and most of the other cover illustrations has nothing to do with the stories inside. So, well, as I've said before, when I was doing some Disney stuff, I was never as thrilled. Of course, some of the newer stuff is different, but I was never thrilled with the comic books featuring the Warner Brothers characters as much as the Disney characters. I think they just did a much better job with the Disney characters in comics. However, for the most part, I prefer the Warner Brothers animated shorts over the Disney animated shorts, depending on what they were. But featuring their main characters, they just were not as good as the Warner Brothers shorts. I think they may have had some better characters. They just did not utilize them very well in the comics. Okay, here you go. Yosemite Sam and Bugs Bunny. Take a little look inside there. But this is kind of interesting. Here inside the front cover of Warner Brothers characters comics, they're advertising Disney characters. And this first story is the Yosemite Sam and Daffy Duck. And again, you see this is his pirate persona. But here they are private detectives, some goofy private detectives. I don't know how Sam and Daffy would get together, but they do. They're a team. Someone comes into their office as a Broadway play producer. Someone's sabotaging his show. He wants to hire them, and of course, Daffy Duck gets stars in his eyes, and he keeps wanting to get hired as an actor. Well, Sam has to slap him down. They fly to New York, and there's a reasonable version of Times Square and Broadway, and lovely lady. The art style, of course, is good, quite adequate for representing the Warner Brothers style on the characters, and then of course the cartoonist's own style comes through on everything else. A very lovely young lady here. The style is familiar from some advertising cartooning that I've seen, but I don't know who the artist was. They're getting doing searching. They watch the play, and while Daffy keeps goofing stuff up, they watch the play. Things happen. Oh, woe is me! It's sabotage, sabotage, sabotage. Had a running joke is that Daffy doesn't know what the word sabotage means, and finds out it was the star of the play because all he wanted to do was be a cab driver, and he became a Broadway star by accident. So Daffy takes his place, and the audience throws tomatoes at him. The second story is Yosemite and Bugs hide and go crazy. It's a challenge for hide and go seek, and Sam keeps trying to find Bugs, and it winds up being a chase all over the world until finally they are lost. He finds them, but he can't tag him out because neither one knows where they are. Then they have another Bugs twin dilemma. At a hospital decades ago, two sets of families have identical twins born on the same day, and there's a accident happens, and couple of the kids get switched. One of the parents was filthy rich. The other one was dirt poor, but a small business owner. They grow up, and it turns out that those kids were Sam and Bugs, and they even name them Sam and Bugs. They grow up. Bugs is kind of conniving, and finding ways to take the credit for the good things that Sam does. And this happens with both pairs, because the rich pair are still Sam and Bugs, still called Sam and Bugs. Things happen. The businesses wind up coming together. They find out that they're Sam and Bugs and Sam and Bugs. They both find out that Bugs has been the conniving, and the Sam versions go off with their dads, having a good time, while the two Bugses have to do lowly work as punishment. And so this is one of the few times when Bugs does not come out on top. Then here we go. This is from '74. This is it's a good one. Different cartoonist. This is actually set in the West, and I think I like the artwork better on this story, and he looks like the Western version, one of the Western versions of Yosemite Sam. And it's Sam is kicked out of a saloon by a bunch of rowdies. Really tease Sam off. He says, and he's all angry. He's going to go in there and take care of things. And Bugs trying to talk him out of it. He runs off to get his lucky gun. He comes back with his lucky gun. So you can't go in there with just your lucky gun. You got to get your lucky belt. And he's trying to come up with ways to stop Sam, because he knows that this bunch of rowdies, it's Blue Jack, will wind up killing him. And yeah, he goes. Oh yeah, so he goes up. Gets his lucky belt, and while he's at it, he gets all his other lucky duds on, and then he goes down, and all the Blue Jack and his boys come out. Uh-oh. So he takes off, and Bugs takes off and says, wait. And this was a better crafted story, I think. And the artwork is more pleasing to my eye. And then Save the Eagle, back to his pirate persona, as a chicken farmer. He's afraid the eagle's going to steal his chickens. Kids tell him the eagles eat fish, but the eagle keeps harassing Sam and nearly kills him. He says the only way he's going to survive this is he goes and gets himself, I guess it was 4 stories, gets himself declared endangered species, and the eagle stops harassing him. And then we have another ad, and this is for other characters, and primarily Popeye. So all these stuff, and then an ad on that for more Whitman fun. Just good, clean fun. Kind of enjoyable. It's a good kid's book, and good for some nostalgia. And I liked the Western story the best. But it's, as I said, it's good for nostalgia and some humor. And I like Yosemite Sam, the rootinest, tootinest varmint west of the Pecos. So that's all I've got this time for Yosemite Sam and Bugs Bunny. Thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe. You share with your friends who are also Warner Brothers cartoon fans, and they might appreciate it. Got any questions for me? Let me know in the comments below, or tell me what you think of Bugs and Sam together. Which version of Sam do you like better? The pirate version or the cowboy version? Let me know that too. And remember, comics are art.